19th century Mexico. Diving into Diego Rivera's paintings. A key event that was going on during this time was the Mexican Revolution. It started in 1910 and ended in 1920. What is the Mexican Revolution? It is a 2-decade battle to end dictatorship in Mexico that took 900,000 lives. President Diaz had his country fear him to gain support rather than uniting with his people. It was a very controlling country during the time, and people had to fight to release themselves. The revolution came closing to an end with the Constitution of Mexico in 1917. This is the artist that I chose. I chose Diego Rivera from this time. He is one of the big 3 painters from this era. He learned new painting techniques in Paris. He was hired by wealthy Americans to paint murals. He was awarded the National Prize of Arts and Scientists, and he died in 1957 with an artist's legacy. The first painting that I chose was Nude with Calla Lilies, or Desnudo con Alcatraces. Description and insight. It's an Art Deco piece, and it's a nude, and it's painted with oil, and it was painted in 1944. In this painting, you can see a tan and nude woman facing away from the audience, holding a large bouquet of calla lilies. As you can see here, she is holding the large bouquet, and it is in a basket. Calla lilies are associated with balance, beauty, and rebirth. The painting could have a deeper meaning about nudity, about it being pure and not just about lust. And the lilies are an ongoing theme in most of his paintings. There are many paintings that Rivera has created with using these lilies, and also in these lilies is the definition of rebirth in Mexico and how people keep on moving despite of troubles and events that get in the way. His lilies provide a beautiful insight. The second painting that I chose was Dream of a Sunday Afternoon. As you can see here, there is lots going on in this painting, a lot of colors, a lot of shading and shapes and people and faces, and you can see that some are facing away while others are looking other ways and different directions, and you can see that some aren't looking straight ahead while the Catrina is the only one who's looking straight ahead. It is a historical painting. It is a mural in a wall, and it actually survived a natural disaster. It is made from fresco, which is wet plaster that's mixed with paint. So as it dries, it sticks onto the surface that it is put on instead of regular oil, acrylic, or tempera paint. This was painted in 1947. It is a large mural over 50 meters long, and it includes hundreds of characters and faces. As you view the mural, it extends over different periods of time in Mexico. In the left side is the Spanish conquest and the colonization of Mexico, as you can see by their outfits and the way that they are standing and their personalities. The center is Mexican independence and revolution, as you can see by Frida Kahlo there. She's a very well-known feminist. And La Catrina, which I associate with rebirth and just being out of the norm and being the change. The right side is the modern era, which during that time was present time, so how people were As you can see, this man here, he is in crutches, almost as if he was the one that fought in the war. And you can see the people holding up their flag, and just a new chance. Diego holds an ongoing theme of having historical meaning and value. He incorporates timeless history into his brushstrokes and maintains an emotional value to all his paintings. Even if his paintings are of everyday life, the audience still feels a connection and a welcoming feeling. He has this beautiful painting of a native woman making masa, I would say. I'm not really positive what she's doing, but it reminds me of my home because my mother still shares those traditions, and it makes me feel seen, and I'm sure others feel seen as well when they see his paintings. Similar artists to Diego Rivera is Frida Kahlo, Jose Clemente, and David Alfaro. Frida, Jose, and David all share the same beliefs and morals as Diego Rivera. They all had leftists' opinions and beliefs. They all also have different art styles, as you can see by their portraits, but they all share the same connection, the same values. Diego Rivera created a long-lasting impact to use art for political view and opinion. An example of today's political use of art is art created for Palestine. There are many photographers and painters that have created beautiful pieces of art to show support of Palestine. Diego Rivera has always stood with the humane choice, even if it kept him shaded from others. He was sometimes very pushed aside in the art community because he was so political, and he always stood up for what was right, and he never backed down from sharing what his views were instead of going with society's norms. Artists can advocate with not only their voice but with pieces of art. I feel like this is what he's advocating for, and what all the artists during this era were pushing onto people, that they could be more than just quiet and accepting what is not correct. Thank you for watching. This is my entire slideshow. And these are the sources that I used. I used 2 books from the Fullerton College Library. This is a journal. These are my 3 websites used. And thank you.